hear the beat, it's in my chest, got me feeling some kind of way. I confess the rhythm takes over, no room to rest. My heart's dancing, it's a love conquest. Oh, the melody.
Hey, what's going on? Beautiful family. It's your sister Michelle here. Have not been around for a long time, moved into a different environment. A lot of things have happened in my life, of course. Life happens for all of us, right? Love you so much. Still thinking about you all. Want to drop some lines and try to be more consistent now that I have moved from one place to another. The journey has not been easy, but you get there when you get there. Just like narcissistic abuse or any kind of abuse. When you get to the healing and you get to where you need to be, you get there when it's time for you to get there, okay? I love you all so much. I've been missing you all, thinking about you all. Been absent, of course, on the channel. Forgive me for that, but you know, it is what it is. Life happens, and I hope you're doing well on your personal journeys and your healing and everything else in between. You deserve the best, not the less. The best, not the less, okay? That's how I feel about it. Drop down and let me know how you've been doing. What's your healing journey like right now? What point are you at in your life? And hopefully it's the point that you finally have gotten to that you have the peace that you cannot understand, or you're still working on it. If you're not there yet, trust and believe, as family members, we all know you will get there. Just give yourself time. Just give yourself time, okay? I love you so much. I love you so much. Now, this video right here, because even though I have not been on here, trust and believe, I still watch a lot of things. I'm still keeping my eye on the prize, okay? I'm keeping my eye on the prize. What I have seen, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen, is this uprise of what they call avoidant personalities and dismissive personalities and anxious personalities and all this other stuff. I think it's very interesting. I'm learning a lot more about it, and I think a lot of us probably shouldn't indulge in it. And I think you can take from it what you want to take from it. And that's perfectly fine. Just like anything with narcissistic abuse that we have watched and we've seen over the years, we have took what we need to take from it, and we have healed from it, learned from it, whatever the case may be. We can agree to disagree. We don't always agree, you know what I mean? But that's okay. That's life. People, that's what family do. You're my family. Family can love each other, but we don't always have to agree with each other, okay? But we can meet in the middle and still respect each other. That is key, okay? And I respect you and I love you. You know how I feel about it. So the reason why I'm making this video now, not just because I've been missing, because I need, do more content, but because I have been seeing this about the avoidant personality. So I've watched a lot of videos about the avoidant personalities of people, and it's like I said, it's on the uprise, and people say, oh, they're an avoidant. They have an avoidant attachment, or anxious attachment, and all this other stuff. I get it. Because, for many years, I think I would classify myself as an anxious attachment, Whenever I love somebody, I wanted them to love me equally, but I've always told you can't expect who you are from other people, because you never really get that. So I think all the years, I probably did have what they call anxious attachment style. And when they talk about the people that can detach, easily, the ones that, not the anxious attachment, but the dismissive attachment, whatever, I get confused. But can I say this? And this is with all respect to everybody that, has been through this with whatever avoidant or whatever narcissism or whatever. Is there any difference? And some people say, well, avoidant attachments and stuff, they're not narcissistic because they don't intentionally do this. That's just their coping mechanism. Narcissists intend to do it on purpose, which they do. Everything they do with a purpose. They want to destroy you. But they're saying that the people that are avoidant attachment, they do not do it on purpose. That might be true. I can't tell you because I haven't gone down the rabbit hole enough to understand. But the one thing I do understand, being emotionally neglected, no matter who it's coming from, is abusive. Narcissism, people talking about narcissism and all this stuff like avoidant attachment, it is on the rise because social media has made it more prevalent, and we know this. But the bottom line is, and I want everybody to understand this, no matter what you think attachment, you got a narcissist or whatever you might have, a fool from outer space, because it all goes together. When somebody is neglecting you emotionally, and they're not treating you the way that they should, and they try to trap you into situations. That's one thing avoidants do, like narcissists do. They try to trap you into situations, and when the heat gets too much, they bail out, or they want to go get a new supply, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to you, because I think emotional neglect is emotional neglect. I don't care what attachment you have. Now, I do give people grace because everybody's lifestyle is different. We know a lot of times narcissists are made, avoidant attachment people or whatever, dismissive. The bottom line is everything is from a source. Everything is made some kind of way. I will not take that away. But as you go through your life and your journey, and you've been through a lot of hurt and pain, no matter where it comes from, you will understand that if someone is not meeting your emotional needs, more than likely they never will. And if they ever do, what do you have to go through to finally get that? I hear a lot of people saying, with avoidant attachment people, you have to be a certain kind of way. You have to learn how to be not so anxious. Why do we have to learn to do all these things? Now, relationships and love, it's not easy. Life is not easy, as we know. But we're all maturing and we're growing and we're getting older and we don't have time to waste. Life is short, just like that. The only thing I'm saying is, don't waste your time. And it's easier said than done, because trust me, I've been there, done it. But when you learn, you know. when you know better, you do better, right? Hopefully. When somebody is not showing up in your life the way they're supposed to show up in your life, and you can feel in your gut. And that's the thing. Listen, so many times our emotions run over our common sense. And I definitely was if somebody would say, who let that happen? I've been the first one in class. I did. Me. And it was a struggle, and I'm still working on that. But the bottom line is, y'all, the attachment style, or whatever style you might need in your life, is someone that shows up and be consistent. Not always easy, but you know the difference between somebody that really wants to be in your life and that don't. Or somebody that pretends to be in your life and only wants you in their life when it's convenient to them. They don't want too many stipulations. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. Because no matter what, I don't care what nobody says, it's still abusive. It's still abusive. And yes, if you have an anxious attachment style or you're an empath, sounds the same, right? I think that they're doing people are saying all of this because there is such a very fine line between attachment styles and narcissism. One's called supply, when a narcissist, the other one's called ancient attachment. Are you anxious because you want somebody to show up and show out in your life? Are you really anxious, or is that what you deserve? Maybe you're anxious because, yes, maybe you have things in your life that have happened that made you feel like, I've been through so much that I have to hold on so tight. That's human nature. Or some people they run away when things get too hot, or, or their emotions get involved. I know this is true. But when do we choose ourselves? And no matter what style they have or you have to choose yourself. Your personal healing, how you feel about yourself inside, what you will accept and what you accept. I think more and more we're learning that all these different concepts and stuff are coming out, which is great. I'm not saying nothing bad about nobody. That's not my style. But I am a realist. And I think that all these different things are coming out now as ways to excuse or understand people's nature. That's who they are. They're never going to change. Just like a narcissist, somebody that says detached or whatever, people do not change who they are. You can't love people into changing. This is something they have to do. And what you have to do in this journey, no matter what it is you got to love yourself enough to say, this is not going to work for me. I love you. I care for you, but this is not going to work for me. I'm out of here. And I'm not looking back, because those kind of individuals, sadly, whether it be, like I said, narcissistic or detachment styles or whatever, they do not change for no one. They don't change for any situation. They have to change for themselves. The bottom line I'm trying to get to is I love you so much. Keep your head up. No matter if you're with somebody that's narcissistic and somebody with detachment style, you got to understand that you are not being treated right. You're not being treated right. And your style of dealing with me is not my style. Your narcissistic abuse that I've been through and it was hard to get out of and I didn't understand, now that I get it, it's up to me to get out of it. That's not my thing, right? So I think a lot of times when all this is being said and done, you got to look at yourself and say, abuse is abuse. Neglect is neglect. I shouldn't have to work so hard for something that's supposed to be mine. I don't have to work for somebody that's supposed to show up in my space because I'm showing up that way and feel this way. It's all emotional neglect. I'm just saying, I like the fact that it's out there, but give me your opinion, y'all. Give me your opinion. Detachment style narcissism. They might not be the same, but they're best friends. I'm just telling you. I love you so much. Drop down, let me know how you're feeling about it. Yeah, we'll have more conversations about this. I'm going to do more research. Like I said, I don't know everything. But I know when somebody's mistreating you. Damn it, they're mistreating you. And you don't deserve it. I love you so much. You're beautiful and amazing. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And it's good to see you again. I love you. Bye, y'all.